Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming on a Saturday morning and taking your time to watch this video. Massachusetts is facing a humongous problem with the film industry. First of all, I'd like to start off and say my name is Carlo Green. I am a SAG-AFTRA actor. Back years ago, in the 70s, there was a lot of filming going on here in Boston. It continued to pick up through the 80s, through the 90s, when we had movies such as Spencer for Hire, the TV pilot, many others. In the 2000s, Governor Deval Patrick voted for film credits here in Massachusetts to help the industry and to employ more people. It was great. We had some major motion picture hits such as The Fighter, American Hustle, many more. American Hustle won the Golden Globes Award for 2014. We're in a problem today where we have our new governor, Governor Baker, who doesn't care about jobs. He just cares about the money to fund other things. His proposal is to take the money from the film tax credits and give it to people raises who already have jobs. And if that goes through, we're going to have 20,000 people unemployed in Massachusetts, from actors to the catering people, to the production people, to the locations people, in the cameraman, the behind the scenes, the extras, the casting agencies, and all that. I stand before you today to ask that you make a change. Call your state representatives. Call the governor's office and say no to this proposed plan. I did the math, and since 2007, Massachusetts has gained over $500 million with the spending from the movie industry. Number one, I'll give you an example. Every time they're building a movie set, they buy locally. They don't have it shipped in from LA. The catering people who come and cater to us on the movie sets, they don't have things shipped in from another state. They buy here in Massachusetts. The actors buy here in Massachusetts and live here in Massachusetts and pay taxes here in Massachusetts. All the equipment that runs on gasoline, all the gasoline is bought here in Massachusetts too. It's not bought from LA and trucked down here. The governor doesn't understand how many people and how many lives are going to be affected because of this. I have a motion picture car company where I lease out antique vehicles and other cars to Hollywood. I'm going to have to close my doors and move out and go to New York or another state who wants my business if this goes through. It's going to cost more money for the state of Massachusetts to pay unemployment to 20,000 people than it is to keep the tax credits, which are only 25%. I stand before you today. I was on a movie set last night. I can't talk about it, but I can tell you I was on a movie set last night filming. And I made money. Just like everybody else made money there. We are tired of people playing games with people's jobs. Without the job, I will be unemployed. I will be collecting welfare at the tax dollars' expense. And the Governor Baker does not think the long-term effects of this. In 2011, I was injured on a movie set. I was on a workman's comp for 2 years. But I made a comeback. I refused to take disability. I refused to get on the government benefits. Why? Because I like to work. And if Governor Baker takes away this, I will have no job. Like many actors and many people in the movie industry will have no jobs. I can also name Wardrobe, who does all the clothing for movie sets. They don't truck it in from LA. They buy it from Bobby's Vintage Clothing in South Boston. They spend a lot of money with him. So I don't know where the governor is coming on saying that Massachusetts is losing money, because he's not. You have to look at all of the details from the fire department. They come to the movie set. They hang out to make sure everything's okay. The police department, who do the details, and we thank you very much for that, who block off the roads, they're getting paid for it. They're not doing it for free. It's going to the state of Massachusetts. Furthermore, the people who have the casting agencies, Boston Casting, CP Casting, LDI Casting, RPM Casting, many more, they employ people to help us find jobs. And if Governor Baker does away with this, those casting companies are going to have to go out of business. Or they're going to have to move to another state. They pay their taxes like everybody else in the state of Massachusetts. I encourage you to call your state representative and tell them that the movie industry brings jobs here. Back a few years ago, when Massachusetts was in an economy problem, okay, without jobs, the movie industry landed here. They provide jobs. Anybody can go into the movie industry. Anybody. It's not for a certain few. You can go through the casting companies. You can apply. You can start off by being an extra. You can start off by being an AD, a PA. You can apply for those jobs that are many jobs are available. But the governor doesn't think that way. The governor would rather give people raises who have jobs than he would to keep the 10,000 jobs that are going to be affected because of this. We need to put a stop to Governor Baker now. Governor Baker makes these promises when he's running for election that he wants to help the people of Massachusetts. That he wants to sit there and talk one-on-one with people who want to talk to him about their concerns in the state of Massachusetts. I called the governor's office the other day, and I'm sure many of you guys have too. And all we get is, so what? We're just going to cut the film credits and that's it. No, let me call you back, or let me have the governor call you back to discuss your concerns. He makes promises about how he wants Massachusetts to be a better place. But how can Massachusetts be a better place if we're eliminating 20,000 jobs? Massachusetts, because of the film industry, has brought in tourist after tourist, like LA. If you've ever been to Los Angeles, you will see tourists go, they take buses, they go and see where things have been filmed here, where things have been filmed there, or where the actors live. Same thing with Massachusetts. My house is always an open door for the public if they want to come by, see my collection of cars, and visit me. And I'll be more than happy to talk to them. Massachusetts is known for the film industry. Massachusetts had what was called Fort Devens, which a lot of people know as Devens. Okay? It was an old military base. And Fort Devens, excuse me, Fort Devens closed. So Massachusetts has this company called Mass Development. They go around, they develop properties, okay, so that people can buy them, and it can make Massachusetts look better and prettier. So there's not abandoned buildings and nothing. Well, let me tell you what happened a few years ago. A group of businessmen got together from the movie industry. They went up there. They bought over 100 acres of land, okay? They invested not millions but billions of dollars to buy this piece of property and put studios up there, which we know as New England Studios. What's going to happen to that if the governor does away with the film credits? It's going to be another boarded up building in the state of Massachusetts, where people have invested their lives, their time, and their money in Massachusetts. Does Massachusetts want another boarded up building? I don't think so. If you go down to Canton, Massachusetts, you will see the High Output Studios. High Output Studios employs a lot of people. A lot of people. I don't know the exact number, but I can tell you it's well over 50 people they employ. I think it's up in the hundreds, okay, in Canton. They employ people from Massachusetts, not from LA, but local people here in Massachusetts, where the governor says that everything's coming in from LA. That's correct. They're coming in from LA to offer jobs to people here in Massachusetts. High Output also has a barbecue. They also have a party in the wintertime where they go and they run buses. Not something that they own the buses. They lease buses out from downtown Boston, okay, employing people to bring people into this party that's open to the public. The SAG office, the Screen Actors Guild office, downtown Boston, all the people there are local people. They didn't come in from LA to open up an office here. The Screen Actors Guild hired locally people from Massachusetts, and they're paying them. And they're giving them jobs. The problem is Baker does not think about the jobs. Baker thinks about the money. And there's something wrong with this. We have what's called craft services on set, which is in between. It's like snacks. It's like whatever you need in between dinner time. Craft services. I was on the movie set last night. They're good buddies of mine. Okay, last night they had to make a run. Did they run to LA to buy food? No. Did they run down to Rhode Island to buy food? No. They bought in Massachusetts. Also, last night on set, we have what's called Fat Fridays on the movie set, which they bring in local catering companies and food trucks to come in and supply for the movie set. Those people don't do it for free. They get paid by the production people. They get paid by the film industry. And those people are local people from Boston. Those people struggle every day on the street corner with their food trucks set up to make a living. And now that the film industry's in town, we're able to help them make even a better living. I decided to open up a car business of leasing out cars after I got injured on a movie set. I started off with one car, then 2 cars,